الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to this lecture, Lecture 10. We have talked about the factors. You remember them, the 7 factors. And now I would like to go to part 4. So in this lecture, I will discuss the remaining factors influencing the English and Western thought and culture. The factor, or the part number 4, theories, movements, and revelations. I will discuss more, I will share with you more details after just reading these factors or parts. So number 4, part 4 again, theories, movements, and revelations. Part 5, media and technology. Part 6, geography and location. Part 7, contributions of other nations and cultures, like the Islamic and Arabic contributions. Part 4, in more detail. Theories, movements, and revolutions. I talked previously about Darwin's theory of evolution and its great effect, its great impact on the English or Western thought and culture in general. Darwin's theory states that, we came out of, or as part of natural selection. The ultimate power is nature. They talk about chance. It is a mere chance that all things took place just by mere chance. They argue that we came from the origin of chimpanzee or an ape. This led to what? This theory led to what is called, you remember what we have discussed in the last lecture? Atheism. What is atheism? Do you remember it? Atheism is believing in or worshipping idols, statues, or any objects, any other objects like the stars, the trees, the moon, the sun, mountains, snakes, rats, you name it. So this theory influenced the English and Western thought to a great extent. It spread atheism, الإلحاد، نشرت الإلحاد. في الفكر الغربي والفكر الانجليزي انتشر الإلحاد وعدم الإيمان بالله أو إنكار، جحود وإنكار بوجود الخالق. إذن هذه النظرية, this theory, was the basis, it was the foundation. قد كانت الأساس وكانت العامل المؤثر في توجه الناس في الغرب أو في العالم ككل نحو المادية والإلحاد. Let me tell you this story. When I went to the United States in 1990, I went to Oregon. When I went to the United States, first I went to Oregon State. There was a neighbor of mine, واحد من جيراني, one of my neighbors was a very old man. He was a very old man. He is around 70. I invited him to my house. Just to have a cup of tea with me, and we shared tea and we shared ideas, discussions about several things, about America, Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, other issues as well. When I asked him, do you believe in God? He said, no, I don't believe in God. Why? He said, I have to touch it. I have to touch things. It has to be a concrete, a tangible thing. Should be ملموس, محسوس, مادي, حسي, كما يقول. This is why he did not believe in God. He said, I can't see him, I can't feel him, I can't touch it, so I can't believe in it. This is why this neighbor rejected belief in God at all. So I was reasoning with him, thinking with him. I told him, okay, may I ask you, my dear neighbor, do you have feelings? Do you have feelings? Do you have, feelings of happiness, feelings and sentiments of sadness, joy, you name it? Do you have feelings? He said, sure, I do. I do have that. I told him, okay, my friend, my neighbor, have you seen, did you see your feelings? Could you see that? هل استطعت أن ترى مشاعرك, أحاسيسك? He said, are you crazy? He said, Naji, are you crazy? I said, no, I'm just reasoning with you. I just نفكر ونحلل بالعقل. Let's use our mind. He said, I don't see that. I can't see that. I can't see my emotions. I further asked him, told him, okay, my dear neighbor, do you sleep? Do you go to bed? He said, sure, I have to. I go to bed. Then I asked him, okay, when you sleep, do you see how you sleep? Do you know how you sleep? What is the color of your sleep? He was so surprised of these questions. How does it happen? Sleep. How does it happen? It is like a wave of something happens to us. What is the mechanism? What is the chemical of sleep? I don't know. I have no idea. Then I went deeper and deeper, discussing, talking with him. I said, okay, my friend, do you love your wife? He said, sure, I do. I love her so much, guy, I love her. I said, okay, did you see the love itself? Have you ever seen your love for your wife? He opened his eyes. Naji, what do you want to reach? He asked me, what do you want? I told him, okay, if you could not see all these things, you couldn't see your emotions and feelings, you could not see your sleep, how it happens, the chemical of sleep, you couldn't see the color or weight of your love for your wife. Do these things, or does that lead us to deny the existence of these things? Not knowing or not seeing, not touching these things, emotions, love, sleep. When we cannot touch or see these things, are we supposed to deny the existence of these things merely because of we did not see them, we did not touch them? Is this logic? Similarly, God, you can't see him because God is beyond your vision and beyond your ability to see, because we have a limited capability, we have a limited sight. Can you see people in Mexico? In Mexico, for example, I was asking my neighbor, can you see people in Spain or in Saudi Arabia? Can you see them? You can't see them because your sight is limited. But you do not deny their existence. Similarly, if we cannot see God, this does not mean it does not exist or he does not exist. He is there. He is the creator. He is the founder. He is the one who made the whole thing. If he is not, who did it? Chance? Nature? What is nature? And he was talking about nature. And this is how I relate, or how I link it now with Darwin's theory, atheism, nature. He said nature, just nature, natural selection. I asked him, what is nature? What's your definition of nature? ما هي الطبيعة؟ مجموعة الأشجار, trees. It is the collection of trees, mountains, rivers, the land, sand, you name it. Who created these things? And do you think that trees, mountains, sand, etc. created the humans? Can they create human beings? How they gave humans sight, hearing, while they don't have? So the discussion went on and on for many days and many weeks. He was a good friend of mine in that time when I was in Oregon, but I enjoyed it. I tried to carry a message for him. He was thinking and rethinking about what I talked with him about. Now let me go to the French Revolution. The French Revolution was a period of radical social and cultural and political change in France that had a major impact on France and throughout the rest of Europe. So the French Revolution is a big revolution. Many people, even here in the Middle East, in the Muslim and Arabic world, يتحدثون عن الثورة الفرنسية. How it changed things, الثورة الفرنسية. They talk about الحرية, الديمقراطية, حقوق الإنسان, human rights, freedom and democracy. These big slogans, هذه الشعارات الكبيرة التي أتت بها الثورة الفرنسية. It spread. They spread throughout Europe. And then, as you know, some of these slogans or statements crept or came to the Middle East for some of those, Arabs or Muslims who, call or try to implement these values or ideas. So the French Revolution was a turning point. It was what? It was a turning point in the English and Western thought and culture. This is why I'm selecting it. Let me go to another important period, the Renaissance. It is a cultural movement. عصر النهضة. In Arabic, it's called the Renaissance age. عصر النهضة. A cultural movement. طبعا النهضة في أوروبا، بينما العالم الإسلامي في ذلك الوقت كان في أوج نهضته، في أوج النهضة كان عندما كانوا في أسبانيا الأندلس. A cultural movement from the 14th to the 17th century, beginning in Italy in late Middle Ages and later spreading to the rest of Europe. So it started where? I might ask you about it in the final exam. Pay attention. It started from where? Started in Italy. And later spread to the rest of Europe. This is another important and critical age in Europe. عصر النهضة في أوروبا. منعطف مهم في الثقافة والفكر الانجليزي والغربي بشكل عام. The Enlightenment age or reason, it's called the reason age. عصر التنوير، يسمى عصر التنوير في أوروبا. The Enlightenment or reason age was a cultural movement of intellectuals in the 18th century. First in Europe and later in the American colonies. Its purpose was what? What was the purpose? A question. Its purpose was to reform society using what? Using reason, العقل. عصر التنوير والعقل كما يقولون في أوروبا. Rather than tradition, faith, and revelation. This is so important now. انتبهوا. Pay attention please. We talk about عصر التنوير أو عصر استخدام العقل reasoning بعيدا عن وضع التقاليد والعرف والعقيدة والوحي revelation. Put them aside. Now it is the age of reasoning or reason. By the way, this is the age of the start of what's called liberalism. Liberalism, this is part of it. Liberal, to liberate yourself from tradition, to liberate yourself from faith and from revelation. بمعنى الدين ليس له يعني دور، الدور فقط للعقل والحرية والتحرر. Liberalism, liberal means what? متحرر. متحرر من ماذا? Liberal from what? Liberation, تحرير. You liberate others from what? This is a big question for those who would like to understand the roots of this movement. إذن هذه جذور هذه الحركات والنظريات والثورات. Liberation or liberalism، الليبرالية، هذا هو أساس. This is one of the roots that during this age, the age of reason, they said finish خلاص. No more faith, no more tradition, no more revelation. Let's focus on reason، العقل. ما يأتي به العقل وما يحكم به العقل نأخذ به. الدين ضعه في المسجد فقط أو في الكنيسة. Just, you know, as they say, what belongs to the church, it belongs to the church. What belongs to Caesar, it belongs to Caesar. ما لقيصر لقيصر وما للكنيسة لكنيسة. إذا من هنا بدأت هذه الأفكار. الفكر والثقافة الغربية طبعا أثرت على تفكير العرب وعلى تفكير المسلمين بشكل عام. هناك من أيضا يتخذ هذه الأفكار أو هذه الحركات جزء من تفكيره. إذن هذا العصر, the age of enlightenment or reason, was a cultural movement of intellectuals. لاحظ intellectuals. إذن هذا من العقلانيين, intellectuals, أصحاب العقول العقلانيين. In the 18th century, في أي عصر؟ في أي قرن؟ في القرن 18. إذن هذه بدايات. تذكروا الآن نظرية داروين في الإلحاد، تعزيز الإلحاد، نظرية داروين. ثم هنا عصر التنوير وعصر النهضة في القرن 17 والثامن عشر. وصلنا الآن إلى آخر أو الجزء الثاني من القرن 18 حيث ماذا؟ We have the American Revolution. The American Revolution. But before I go to the American Revolution, let me, before I forget, read for you the last part there. I was trying to read it. Its purpose was to reform, يصحح society, لإصلاح المجتمع, using reason, العقل, rather than tradition, التقاليد والأعراف, faith, العقيدة, الإيمان, and revelation, الوحي, and advanced knowledge, وبتقدم المعرفي through what? Through science, من خلال العلم. من خلال العلم فقط نثبت الأشياء. إذا أستطيع أن نثبت هذا هو الطريق، وإلا أنكر. يعني الأمور الغيبية، الأمور الروحانية ما لها مكان هنا. طيب، okay. The American Revolution, during the last half of the 18th century, in which 13 colonies in North America joined together to break free from the British Empire, combining, إذن يتحدون 13 مستعمرة من مستعمرات في أمريكا اتحدوا ليتحررون من الاستعمار البريطاني. اتحدوا جميعا combining، يشكلون أو يتحدون to become ماذا؟ to become the United States of America، الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. إذن هذا أيضا الثورة الأمريكية المهمة وتعتبر منعطف. It is a turning point in the American history. إذا أنا اخترت الآن لكم أبنائي وبناتي الطلاب والطالبات، my dear children or sons, daughters, I would like you to focus on these theories, movements and revolutions. There are many of them, but I selected the major ones, the important and turning point aspects or theories. Let me go to number or part 5. Factor 5. We are talking about what? We are still in our journey, the whole course, The whole course is focusing on the foundations and factors influencing the English thought and culture. God willing, inshallah, the last part of the course will be on the contributions of Islam to the West and how to have good dialogue, how to have good communication with the West. Part 5, media and technology. There are many, many aspects. I'm selecting just some of them. I would like to talk about printing, حركة الطباعة, publication, النشر. إذن حركة الطباعة والنشر لها دور كبير في نشر الثقافة والفكر. قضية مهمة ومحسومة. Printing and publication, they are so important. These two things are so important in spreading thought and culture of any civilization. Research, البحث أو البحوث بشكل عام، عملية البحث. أوروبا وأمريكا اهتموا بالبحث، اهتموا بالبحوث والدراسات. كيف وصلوا إلى القمر? How did they go to the moon? Why and how? Because they've worked on research. Why they have advanced technology and industry? Because they worked on research. They spend millions and millions of dollars yearly on research. Each university, for example, in the United States, I went to Michigan State University, Michigan State, جامعة ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. They spend millions of dollars annually on just research. They value research. This is why their thought, their culture are spreading around the world. They are so powerful, so influential in terms of research. And you know, we find now our universities mostly are affected by UK and USA research and sciences. Another important aspect in this part 5, media and technology. Satellites. Wow, what a great thing. They are so powerful, satellites. Just, for example, think about BBC and CNN. They are so powerful. They are influencing the minds of people. Let me go to another example, another dimension, Hollywood. Hollywood is, you know, the big and giant place for filming in the United States. They make, you know, filming, they produce the cinema and movies in a huge, you know, at a huge level. Again, Hollywood played a great role affecting many people. Not only the people in the West, but even us here, affecting us, our children here. How many of us are affected by American movies, by American films? How many of us watch American cowboys or American products in terms of movies, music, you name it. So Hollywood played a great role on the thought and culture of Americans, Europeans, and the remaining of the world as a whole. They affected not only the Middle East. If you go to China, if you go to Japan, if you go to Korea, you find those people similarly are being affected by the American way. You find Burger King, you find McDonald's, you find American shops wherever you go. Why and how that happened? Because of the media, the power of media, films, movies. When I went to those countries, Japan, China, South Korea, you name it, New Zealand, Australia, Europe, you find American influence is everywhere. What led them? What created this power? Their research, their media, and Hollywood. In addition to that, there is another powerful tool. That is what? The internet. America established or manufactured or created, they came up with the internet. So the internet is an American product. So they use the internet to influence and to benefit themselves as well as others. The internet is so important, and we can tell about the internet. If you go to, for example, yahoo.com, hotmail.com, Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. You name it. There are many, many, many things to talk about when we talk about this great globe or, world of internet. Who did it? Who made it? Who developed it? Americans. So they influenced not themselves. They influenced the whole world. Telecommunication. This is another important thing. They are so powerful in telecommunication. عملية التواصل والاتصال عبر الأقمار, عبر الإنترنت, through many things. They are so powerful. Then we have the advanced technology and industry. What to mention here? There are many things. If you talk about the American industry, the American factors, the American or European factors and technology, time is not enough to talk about all these things. Advanced technology and industry, they are so powerful, influencing not those people living in the West or in the United States. They are affect the whole world. They are affect us directly. Let me go to part 6, geography and location. Let me share with you this map. Look at it, please. Look at the map. Look at the geography and location of Europe. Look at it. It is in the middle. It is like the heart of the whole world. This is why you find a great and a tremendous effect, a great influence that Europe plays in the world. Their effect is like the heart. It is like the heart in the body. In the middle, we find Europe. On the other hand, you find that the European countries are so close to each other. They are so close. For example, if you go to Spain, or you go to France, Germany, Holland, Belgium, you name it, they are so closed. They are exchanging ideas. They are exchanging things. They have a big Western Union, gathering them, combining them, making them a leading power. All these factors contribute to the English and Western thought and culture. As I told you, I share with you tips, just small tips. I would like you to go to the internet and read more and more to discover about these factors. Knowledge is power. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.